This is your life. This is Wembley Arena. And in there is a rock star who's been dazzling the customers for more than 30 years. He's had his highs, in more ways than one, and his lows. But in the survival stakes, he's a leader. In fact, he's the leader. His Christmas concert is just coming to its climax, and I'm going to be part of it.
Yeah!
What a great night. 1992!
You make it look so easy. I was just...
Listen, Michael, they are my life.
I haven't said the magic words yet.
I know what you're here for.
Ladies and gentlemen, we were just passing by. We couldn't resist to pop in and say the magic words. Tonight, Gary Glitter, this is your life. You can lead me away. Back to our studio.
You know, once, Michael, for once I'm speechless.
Well, I'll do it then, shall I?
Oh, yeah, I think you better. Carry on.
Thank you very much to your manager, Jeff Hanlon, for fixing all that. And here to meet you, as you've seen, all your old friends and family, including your mother, Rita, and your brothers, David and Tony. Now, Rita, Gary was belting out rock and roll around the house when he was still at school, wasn't he?
Yes.
What was your reaction?
I said that to him, I wish you'd stop making that awful row.
And with that encouragement, you went professional at 14. You were playing Paul Gadd then, well, perhaps not plain, becoming Gary Glitter 20 years ago. Here's a burst of Glittermania. Glitter, that was your little boy there. Well, Gary Glitter, this is your life. It wasn't such a glittering start. Born on May the 8th, 1944, at Banbury in Oxfordshire, you never knew your father. Your mother's name, the family name, is Gadd, and you are christened Paul Gadd. You're brought up above your grandmother's tea shop, where your mother worked as a waitress. At the end of the war, a member of the family returns home after 6 years in a Japanese POW camp.
Ah, Uncle John.
Come on, you maidens,
He's got the
young
sweetest
and
voice.
fair.
Yes, he became your father figure, your Uncle John.
Oh.
This is a moment of truth, Michael. A moment of truth.
John, how did you come to learn rhythm and blues guitar?
I was a prisoner of war in Japan, and with a lot of Americans, and so I picked up a lot of their music, the country music and blues music, etc., which I brought back home with me, and sang around the pubs and clubs. And then he bought his own guitar. After that, it was every day in front of the mirror, giving it the old Elvis.
With the tennis
giving the
racket.
Elvis.
Tennis racket.
What about the Elvis? You remember? One for the money? Give us one.
Well, it's a 1 for the money, 2 for the money, 3 for the money, 4 for the money.
Thank you, Uncle John. Well, that dream is shattered by harsh reality. Your mother can't afford to keep the family together, and you are put into care at the age of 12. A year later, you rejoin her in a flat in London. You're 14 when you start your first group. And they were called?
Oh, the first group was called the Rebels. Paul Russell and the Rebels.
And true to their names, they rebelled and the group split up. 1961 sees you so broke you're kicked out of your digs. You're just 21 and ready for takeoff on a television pop show. It doesn't give you your big break on screen, but it does off, as presenter Kathy McGowan recalls.
Oh,
hello, Paul. This is a bit of a surprise, isn't it? Yeah. I call you Paul because I just can't call you Gary Glitter, I'm afraid. Anyway, the thing I remember most about you is at rehearsals, when you used to stand in for the stars, when they were doing the sort of camera angles and things like that to get it right. And you didn't used to just stand there. You used to give a performance so that everyone clapped you. And the managers of the stars used to get absolutely furious because you were far better than the actual performers half the time.
Thank you.
I'll see you very soon. And Happy New Year and lots of love.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kathy McGowan. Now, Gary, we have located a rare piece of film showing you in action getting the ready, steady, go audience in the mood.
Oh, yeah. I've never seen that, Michael. I've never seen that piece of
So that was you. I've often wondered. That was you.
Yeah.
Well, you stayed tuned as a performer by singing with the Rhythm and Blues Band in South London pubs. A fan who never missed those gigs 30 years ago went on to become a star himself, David Essex.
Oh, David.
Hello, Gary. I'm in Darkest Battersea, rehearsing a Christmas musical for the Alhambra in Bradford. You've always struck me as a very warm and honest person, and a performer of great depth. Not really an introvert, but where would we be without Gary Glitter, our leader? Have a great night.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, David Essex. Now, in 1964, you get married, but almost immediately head for Germany, where rock and roll mania is raging. You're there for 4 years. Your marriage doesn't survive, and you're lucky to survive yourself, because Gene Vincent got a bit cross with you one night, didn't he?
Oh, didn't he? Didn't he?
What happened?
Well, he thought I was actually messing around with one of his ladies, and in fact, it wasn't that night. I had been a couple of nights before. But he came back rather late one night to the hotel, and the next thing I know, there's bullets flying past me, and he'd actually shot me. I mean, he missed, thankfully, and I don't know how that happened, really, but there we are.
Not surprisingly, like a speeding bullet, you head back to England. You renew a friendship from Ready, Steady, Go days with one of Britain's most successful record producers. Well, you co-wrote that hit with him. It's Mike Leander. That was an award winner, that number, wasn't it?
Yes, we won an Ivan Novello award. And so we put the record out as Rock and Roll Parts 1 and Parts 2. Now, what you don't know is that I have Parts 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And I'm going to release them all the next time you retire.
Mike, it's great to see you.
Not only that, but Mike was a member of your group, the Mike Leander Singers.
This is indeed, yeah. We had a very unlikely combination. We had Gary, who couldn't read, and one other person who couldn't actually sing a note.
Well, as it turned out, that person didn't need to sing. He writes the songs for others, and tonight he's in Paris. Tim Rice.
Gary, I well remember when we were recording Jesus Christ Superstar back in 1970.
Yeah.
And you weren't even Gary Glitter then, you were Paul Raven. And everybody was given the choice of a royalty or a fee. Most people, because we were unknown, chose a fee. And you chose a fee. And you got 100 quid for your part on Jesus Christ Superstar. And had you had a royalty, you would have made thousands of pounds. And I've been thinking about this, I've been worrying about it, and I reckon you were overpaid.
Thank you, Tim Rice. Yes, you're among friends tonight. Now, one of radio's top DJs becomes a great fan of Gary Glitter. He's there when you decide to sink your rock and roll past in a coffin in the Thames.
Oh, Alan.
And guess what, Gazza? That's
Alan
me,
Freeman.
waving the incense
Yes,
burner.
it's Alan Fluff Freeman. Committal to the Deep. What was that about?
Well, I mean, he'd been Paul Raven, he'd been Paul London, he'd been Paul everything. And when he was Gary Glitter, Mike, he decided that he wanted to get rid of all this. So we had a party on the Thames, and we had a coffin, and we put all the paraphernalia from the past in it, and we heaved it over the side to watch it sink. But it didn't.
No, that's right.
It just floated on the Thames, and it got lost. We don't know what happened to it. But I've got to tell you, above all, this guy is still and will always be a great star, that's for sure.
Thank you.
Thanks, Alan.
Well, rock brings you all the spoils, though Uncle John has to teach you how to drive. But in your book, Leader, you confess to being as thirsty as the car, though you were running on brandy and tequila to wash down the pills. In 1976, you pack it all in. But the Inland Revenue and others wanted their share of the days the North that glittered was gold. You're declared bankrupt. Now, in those earlier days, to furnish your house, you'd hired the set of BBC's The Duchess of Duke Street. That must have cost a few bob.
Well, I think it was about £2,000 a week. In those days, it was a lot of, still a lot of money. And I couldn't bear to give it back. So I kept it for a few months, you know. Do you remember that, Mum?
Yeah, the green settee. I remember green settee.
Well, we didn't have any carpets on the floor, did we? I mean, and it was all this beautiful... It was really weird, because I had 10 bedrooms, you know, and the swimming pool was kept, I mean, at... I don't know, about 60 degrees in the middle of winter. Open-air swimming pool as well. I did spend a few quid.
Yeah.
I'm very sorry about that. I am sorry about that. Now all the rock and rollers on stage and not off stage.
Well said, sir.
It's a real nice place, wasn't it?
Lovely place.
Well, by 1983, you were back on tour. You were a smash hit in front of 29,000 people at Glasgow's Ibrox Park, where your fortunes were improving rapidly. But this is how you finally got out of the soup.
Well, music lovers, when you've made as many comebacks as Gary Glitter, isn't it nice to know you can always come back to the great taste of Heinz lentil soup?
Great stuff. And a repeat fee for Fluff as well. Now, fans old and new salute the leader back in front of his gang. We'll hear from just a few of them. Anita Dobson.
Oh, Anita.
Hi, Gary. Brian and I send you lots of love and many congratulations for this evening. And I hope the forthcoming tour is a huge success. I know it will be. We're going to try and be there at the Brighton Centre to see you. So till then, we shall raise our glasses to you, have fun, and rock on.
And Paul Young.
Now, when they told me that this was going to go on, I had a bit of a laugh to myself because, as everybody knows, you've had a very rich and varied career. You are one of life's great entertainers, and I've always admired great entertainers, probably even nicked a few moves at one time or another. So, from one performer to another, I hope you have a great night.
And tonight at Piccadilly Radio, Manchester, Noddy Holder.
Noddy!
Hiya, Gary. I'm sure you're having a fantastic time tonight. I don't know whether you remember when me and my band Slade first met you, but it was over in Germany in 1966, and we were always skint, and you showed us the cheapest place in town to eat, and we used to have a bowl of pea and ham soup every day. Every day for a fortnight we had that. Very antisocial. You're one of the greatest characters ever in the rock and roll business, and there ain't many of them about these days. I'm sure you'll go on forever and ever. So best of luck, Gary.
And from Los Angeles, Adam Ant.
Oh, Adam.
A rock and roll, a rock. Rock and roll, a rock and roll, a rock. Gary, I'm sorry I can't be with you this evening. I wish I could, because I would have loved to have seen the look on your face. I think that when I first heard your sound, it was the most original, innovative sound I'd heard. It just had such an impact on the nation, all that sparkle and that energy and style you've got, you always will have. You take care now, and my best wishes with you this evening. Take care. Bye.
Thank you very much. Well, Gary, your fans cut across all age groups and include Patricia Neal and the late Roald Dahl. You were introduced to them by their daughter, and she is here. Tessa Dahl.
Tessa.
Tessa, were you impressed from the very beginning?
Oh, always greatly impressed. Gary actually came to live in my house when he was between jobs. And,
yeah, but I was absolutely broke.
My sister Lucy turned it into quite a successful venture because she used to pack the train full of her adolescent school friends in school uniform. And they'd Skype school. And she'd bring them up to the house and charge them £5 a head to come and gaze at glitter. And the house actually turned into a sort of Gary Glitter fan club outpost, which you quite liked.
Tessa, you're wonderful.
Thank you, Tessa Dahl.
That's quite good to see you.
Well, now, since the new bright-eyed Gary Glitter emerged, one of your great interests has been sailing.
And Gary, you saved my life, even when I lost the seat of my pants.
From Totnes in Devon, it is Gordon London.
Gordon! How are you doing?
Good to see you.
What a
Good to see you, Michael. Really is.
What a surprise.
Gordon, will you tell us what happened?
Well, Michael, to set you in the picture, we were mooring up our boat. Things didn't go very well. I started to lose grip of the boat, started to slide overboard, shouted to Mary to hold my trousers. There's nothing else to hold on to. I shot through those. When Gary pulled me up out of the water, I was in my short shirt. But he wasn't surprised about that either. Good to see you, my buddy.
Thank you, Gordon London. Thank you. Well, Gary, as you may have suspected by now, we are preparing another surprise back here. Let's rock and roll back the years to July the 15th, 1972, the place Melksham Village Hall in Wiltshire, the occasion your first live appearance with your first Glitter Band.
The Glitter Band, where are they?
Well, some of the boys are back for you tonight.
Oh, son! Harley! You're son! You're kidding me! Harley!
Listen, before you get carried away and do anything, Gary Glitter, this is your one.